Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're having a great day so far on this Sunday. Man, it has gotten hot out there. The best thing about this weekend is we have at least managed to hold the severe weather off till later this evening, and I think a majority of that would be late tonight. The unfortunate thing about it is that, again, like last weekend, a lot of us are going back to work tomorrow, and we don't want these storms lingering into the late night and the morning hours. And we got one set of storms that looks like it's going to try to arrive in and around midnight. Now, timing is a little bit dicey, so stay with us. We're going to talk in pretty good detail about the timing because a lot of you have been asking me about that. Let's go ahead and take a look right now. This is our almanac. I forgot I left this in here, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it. 93 so far out at the airport. So that's about all the time we'll spend with that. We've been showing that the last few days. 94 right now in Memphis. We've got 93 in Savannah. Feels like the 117 with that 82-degree dew point. These dew points are about as high as I think I've ever seen them. Up in the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why even at the low 90s, like in Trenton, 93, it feels more like 114 degrees. So heat advisory in effect. We got the extreme heat warning. You'll be seeing that in the lower bottom of the screen here throughout the evening. And we may see additional areas get expanded into that extreme heat warning. It's kind of hinged on just 1 or 2 degrees here on the fact that could expand further. In fact, I wouldn't doubt if maybe by tomorrow we would not see all of West Tennessee included in the extreme heat warning, the way those heat index numbers are looking out there right now. So there's the temperatures. We've already got 95 in Union City, 95 in Paris and Dresden, 95 right now in Huntington, and we've got, Camden coming in at 95 as well as Covington, 97, just off the press, just coming in. We just rolled up right there at Memphis now, 97. So, it's already dangerously hot out there. The wind's not blowing that much out of the west, as high as about 10 miles per hour, but there's plenty of times in between where the wind is very calm, and that's where it gets the most dangerous out there with the heat and humidity. We're in that time where the shade doesn't even really help that much because the dew points are so high, nobody can sweat. Right now, the radar is not that decorated. You can see the clouds up there. We got a few storms over by Des Moines, Iowa, but pretty quiet. And that's what I've been saying on social media. A lot of this stuff is still in developing stages. It's not like we've already got storms up there and they're coming our direction and we can say, hey, it'll be here at about this time. It'll push through this area like I-40 by this time. No, this is going to be really developing here as we head through the rest of the evening and coming in our general direction. Now, it's got its sights aimed mainly on Middle Tennessee. You'll see that kind of right along that frontal boundary just off to the east of us there. That's where all the action's going to be, and right down into Middle Tennessee. So let's take a look real quick at our severe weather outlook for let's see, we need to take a look at today. So I need to roll this back. So we'll just do this while I'm live because I meant to do that before I came on. So we're going to click that, do that, and boom. So there's our severe weather outlook for today. I know the other one was better. So for tonight, this evening and tonight, you can see part of West Tennessee is in that 2 out of 5. They've been expanding this as we've been going through the day. Last night, they put us under a 1 out of 5, and then by this morning, we were in a 2 out of 5. And notice, too, they've expanded that a little further to the west, too, now including Union City. Looks like in that 2 out of 5 risk. So let's take a look at Futurecast. As I was saying, the timing is going to be a little dicey. There around after 5, you can see a few little storms over near Benton County, Henry County. Right there is the big complex of storms. Midnight, through about 2 a.m. Those are the ones that we're going to be most concerned about. We're going to do the replay here. Right in here, 5 o'clock, you can see a few storms there to the northeast, Henry, Benton County, but right in here, there's the big wave, the big outflow that's coming through from what will be some previous storms. That'll be blowing through here very quickly. And in all this hot and very rich, humid air, we'll likely see some storms firing up as kind of a secondary effect of that outflow boundary that's going to be coming from some larger storms from the north. So yeah, timing a little bit dicey. This is going to be kind of developing as it comes in, and most of it is going to be aimed at Middle Tennessee. But, you know, there again, we could wind up filling in those times between about 6 and midnight, just because the model's not showing that much. I mean, with this system, anything's possible. But I will say we look pretty safe there until at least about 6 o'clock overall for most of us. All right, so let's jump back here because I did want to show another thing that I did not show. Let's take a look at the overall risks. So we will bring this up right now. Here's a look at the tornado threat, 2%. It's got a little bit of Henry and Benton County. Here's wind threat, 15% yellow, 5% is the brown shaded areas. And again, here's tornado threat. And it does catch a little bit of northern eastern Weakley County as well. So these are the two threats that we're concerned about: wind, damaging wind gusts, and the tornado threat, which is low, but again, that 2% risk right there, encompassing the northeast part of our viewing area. So that's where we're at right now. We'll have some additional updates. Now, looking at the hourly forecast out of Jackson, I kind of picked this one because it's centered in the middle of our viewing area. So look at this. If you look at this hourly, it looks like, hey, we're probably not going to get anything. And in Jackson, your chances are much less, but you can see the chances go up 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, right through, you know, the evening and nighttime hours. So only like 16% per each hour. Well, if you're in like Paris, it's more like 40% to 50%, you know, once we get beyond about 7 o'clock there. So that's kind of how that goes. This is, you know, not going to affect all of the viewing area. It's mainly going to be those northeastern counties. Should all of West Tennessee pay attention? Absolutely, because it's going to be very close to all of us. But is your chance going to be much greater in Benton, Decatur, say Henry counties? Yeah, your chances are going to be the greatest because this is going to be aiming more at Middle Tennessee, and it is going to be kind of brushing us there to the east as it goes by. And we could say Hardin County too, because you guys are going to be right over there kind of by the thick of it, you know, so to speak. So that's where we're at right now. By the time we wake up in the morning and we're all sleep exhausted, at least in the eastern part of our viewing area, we'll be under partly cloudy skies and we'll be headed towards sunny skies and extreme heat for the afternoon. So that's how that's going to go. All right, we'll skip ahead here. I didn't mean to go to the weekend forecast. We'll jump to the 7-day. The weekend's about done for us. 94 for us here in the center portion, like Jackson. Now, some of you have already hit like 97, like Memphis over there. And then we had, 95 at Union City. So mid to upper 90s, basically. 75 tonight, 97 tomorrow, 98 on Tuesday. That's going to be dicey for sure. Then we will get a little cool down there. We'll drop back to the low 90s on Wednesday, upper 80s again. And unfortunately, yeah, I already see a risk of some thunderstorms for next Saturday. So we are stuck on this pattern of thunderstorms every weekend, and it just doesn't seem like it's going to budge. One thing for sure, though, we'll be here with you. We'll be tracking any of those storms as they move through. But again, that's mainly going to be later tonight. You know, we could say just on the safe side, 11 p.m. through midnight, through about 2 a.m. is what it's looking like right now. That could change here in a couple of hours. If I see anything that looks different, I will certainly come on and we'll do another update. Again, this is a developing system. This is not your typical system that we can say, hey, it's going to be here at this time, that time. So that's why timing is a little dicey. And if somebody out there is giving you an exact time, I would flip back over to us, because I'll tell you what, there's no way that anybody could give you an exact time, and especially with this system, it's just not going to happen. All right, but we can give you kind of a window with this system, and that's where I feel like going right now. All right, guys, take care. Stay with us. Any watches or warnings, those will pop up immediately at the bottom of the screen. You'll know about it. We've got our 3-layered warning system around the clock. And again, we're going to be gearing up, getting ready later this evening. If any of those storms try to get rowdy, we'll be on tracking down to the neighborhood. You got my word on that. All right, take care, everyone.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.